All right, welcome back. And so we're going to continue working on our Show Me the Bio app. So we have our buttons or our image views here, Bach and Mozart. Let's go ahead and put a little label here, names, a text view below each photo. Let's find let's say medium, that's fine. This one's going to be here and find a medium one for Mr. Mozart. Perfect. So let's double click in here and we're going to call this, well, let's go ahead and create a source. Let's get new string. I'm going to go Mozart name. We're going to say here value would be Mozart. Save. I'm sorry, this is actually going to be a different one. That's not Mozart. Let's give it Bach. Bach name. Bach. Alright, so now this one here indeed will have the Mozart one which we created. There we go. Copy. We got that. Save everything. Okay, now let's go ahead and create our Java code. Android resource, we're going to call activity. Blank activity, we're going to call. Alright, and since we already created our activity details here, we're going to just delete this. There, delete. We're going to go to our details activity and actually point to our own details activity like that. Okay, that works. Perfect. Now we have our details activity here, and if we go to our manifest file, we'll see that everything has been registered. Hopefully, there it is, details activity. Perfect. Perfect. So now let's go to our main, get our images. Before we do that, let's go ahead and run the app just to make sure everything is working. Okay, it's running. And there it is. Beautiful. Look at our app. Bach, Mozart. Now let's go to our main activity. Notice I changed here to extend activity. If you at our previous one, it had activity action bar or action bar activity or something like that. But now it's just changed to activity and deleted everything below that. So, okay, so now let's go ahead and grab our image views. So let's say private, this type of image view. We're going to call it first Bach. Then second private, it's also an image view. We're going to call Mozart. Let's be consistent here. Image. Alright, so save, and we go to our on create here. We can say Bach image is equal. It's a type of image view. So we're casting there. Find view by ID. So r.id. We call it Bach image. Perfect. And then we go ahead and do Mozart image also is equal to, it's an image view. So then we say find view by ID, so r.id dot Mozart image. Now we're going to do something a little bit different here. Up till now we've been setting the on-click listener inside here. This time we're going to do a different way by implementing our on-click listener class. So what do we do here? We say implements view dot on click listener. Now you look at it, it says it's complaining because it's saying, well, there's something is not right here. Something needs to be imported. So we need to click on this little bulb here and go implement methods. And it's going to implement our on click method here. So in order to set things up here now, so say Bach image dot set on click listener. Now instead of us passing our on click listener class here, we can just say this, which means we're just passing our context, right? So we do the same in Mozart image dot set on click and say this, right? And now here, this is the fun part. Here on our on click button, as you can see, we are passing in a view. So as we know, an image view is a view, a text view is a view, so we're just passing a view. So now we can actually fetch the IDs that we have set up here so that we can differentiate the on clicks, so that we know, okay, when they click on Bach, it's Bach that has to be shown. When they click on Mozart, it has to be shown Mozart. So the way you do it, you say switch, right? Inside you say v, because we're passing this v for view, dot get ID, yeah? And then here you say case, right? So case r.id.Bach image. So we're just saying in case the ID we're getting here is Bach, then we want to do Bach stuff. We want to be able to go and show Bach details. So for now, we just say break here. And case, the second case is r.id.Mozart, right? Mozart image ID, and then break as well. Now we know that we want to make sure that whenever users click Bach, it takes us to our second detail screen, and then we have to get this image and then a little bio. So let's start here, the first one. So the first thing we're going to do here is create an intent, and then we're going to also be passing data from our first activity to our second, right? So that we know, okay, it's Bach, therefore we have to show Bach bio, right? So what do we do? How do you do that? How do you create an intent and then pass data? I'll give you a few minutes here so you can go ahead and create your own. Alright, I hope you were able to get going with creating intents, and this is how we would do it. So we say intent, gonna call Bach. It's equal to new intent, and we're gonna pass in our main activity here, or activity that this. We're gonna go to the details activity, details activity dot class. Perfect. And so we go Alt or Option Enter to get our intent import. Now we're gonna put extras in our Bach intent, right? So the first thing we can say is Bach intent dot put extra. We just want to put a string. We just Bach, and then here we can say hello, I am Bach. For now, of course, we're gonna have a little bit more text there. Excellent. Once we've done that, we have to then call start activity, all right, and pass in our Bach intent. Start activity. Perfect. We do the same here. Now let's go to our details activity for now and see if we are able to just fetch all of the information we're getting from the first activity. First of all, let's just delete all of this because we don't need it, and let's say activity here instead of action. Alright, perfect. Now, as we've talked before, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a bundle. We're going to call extras is equal to new bundle. Alright, and then we can say then if extras is not equal to null, meaning if it's not empty, we know if there's something, then let's say string my data is equal to extras dot get string, and we have the key here. We want to say it's Bach, right? Just to see, and we can say toast dot make text. Let's say this, and then it's my data, right? And then toast dot length long dot show. So we're just testing here to see if things are actually going through. So let's save this and run. So now if we click on Bach, it will take us to hopefully to our details activity, and it should show this message here that would say whatever we're sending for Bach, which is hello, I am Bach. There we go. Good. Let's go Bach. There we go. Oh, it's not really getting. Let's see what's happening here. Extra my data, my text, string. It's not giving us our Bach. So the problem we're having here, we say new bundle. It should be something different. It should actually be get intent. That get extras. You probably got that. Perfect. Because we actually get the intent and get the extra that's coming with the intent. Good job if you got that. And now if we save and run, we should get something. Alright, so let's see. Bach. And there it is. Hello, I'm Bach. Let's go back and do it again so you can see in case you missed it. Okay, that. And hello, I'm Bach. Alright, now that we know it's working, that's good. Now, you notice I went ahead and created these strings here. It says Bach bio and Mozart bio. Up till now, we've been just sending in this hello, I'm Bach. We want to be able to just send an actual string with the bio. So in this case, we can just replace this string here for Bach with Bach bio, There we go, and we're going to do the same here for Mozart. And I got this bios here. I went to Wikipedia and I copied and pasted that. Okay, so this is Mozart bio. Now if you go back to our details here, you notice, let's go to our actual view. So you notice we have an image view and we have a text view where we're gonna display our bio that we're sending over. So let's set up our widgets here. So the first is image view, so private image view. I'm gonna call it profile image, and then private text view, I'm gonna call it bio text. Excellent. And here let's go ahead and get the ID. So for profile image is equal to image view, cast that, and then find view by ID r.id dot I think we call it image, but let's go ahead actually and change that to a more descriptive ID details image. Actually we have details image. Okay, dot details image, there it is. And let's do the same with our text view. So bio text is equal to the text view, find view by ID r.id dot, we call it bio text view. So if you go here, you'll see I change it to bio text view. Okay. Alright, so now we have it all set up. Okay, so now we know that if we click on box, it should go ahead and get the box bio, and we're fetching everything here. So this might just call it bio. Alright, that works. So now we know that our bio holds the biography of each classical musician here. Okay, our video is getting too long, so let's pick it up in our next video where then we're going to be able to set our image and our bio for each of our musicians. Alright, see you in the next video.